You want to write high converting copy, but you're left staring at a blank Google Doc with no idea about what to do. Or worse, you're putting low value prompts into AI tools and hoping and praying it magically pops out high converting copy. If that sounds like you, you're in luck. That's because I'm going to run you through my entire process for writing winning controls in just 10 minutes and also provide a running example along the way. This way, you'll see exactly how it's done and can follow suit. Sounds good? Let's dive right in. Step 1 is you want to narrow in on a specific target inside a growing niche that belongs to one of the big 3 verticals. This is how I find extremely profitable niches. I start with one of the big 3 verticals, either health, wealth, or dating. Then I find a growing niche inside it, such as Tinder dating or keto or copywriting. And then find a specific target with a specific high pressure pain point. Without this, nothing works. So let me provide you with a hypothetical example of what this looks like. Let's say the big 3 market is health, the growing niche is keto, and the specific target inside this growing niche is the target who has successfully lost weight with keto, but now is experiencing a weight loss stall and cannot lose any more weight to hit their goal weight. They've tried everything, but nothing is working. At this point of the game, I'll prepare a client avatar of the chosen target so I can get a clear picture of who this person is. This will make writing copy extremely easy because we always want to write to a clear person and not to a vague, blurry niche. So here's what most people collect when preparing client avatars. Things like demographics such as age, occupation, relationship status, number of children, average day in the life, frustrations, desires, media consumption, and so on and so forth. All this info is cool, but the majority of it is quite useless. Personally, I don't really care to know a bunch of random shit about my chosen target. I just want specific information related to the offer that I'm selling and the niche I'm in. Now, this will obviously vary for each niche, but with our keto example, I'd collect something along the lines of the following. Who is this target? How did they originally find keto? What are their goals with keto? How long have they been on keto? What do they find easy about keto? What do they find hard? How much weight have they lost on keto? How did losing this weight make them feel? What is their biggest frustration with keto? What products and offers have they used in the keto space? What is their current state? What is their desired state? And what are the barriers in the way between their current state and their desired state? Get the point? After I've collected the above, I'll turn it all into a PDF customer avatar file, find a real person on social media that represents my target, put their face to the research, print it out, and now I know exactly who I'm writing to. Next step, step 2. Determine the target's awareness level. Marketing does not occur in a vacuum. If you go up to someone and tell them something they never heard before in an area that interests them, they'll be captivated and will want to hear more. Now, if you go up to the same person and tell them something they've heard 100 times before in an area that interests them, they'll use their mind to group what you have to say in the "I've already heard this before" bucket and tune out your message. As a result, your marketing will not make it through their mental barrier that is constantly filtering out what is relevant for me. So, in order to create the perfect marketing message that lands with your chosen target, you first need to know, what do they already know? Without this, it's very difficult to figure out what type of message will convert and which won't. Fortunately, this part is relatively easy because there's 5 main levels of awareness as documented by the legendary copywriter Eugene Schwartz. Here they are. Level 1 is unaware. It's when your prospects don't know anything about anything. Level 2 is problem aware. It's when prospects know they have a problem. Level 3 is solution aware. It's when prospects know they have a problem and solutions exist for their problem. Level 4 is product aware. Prospects know they have a problem, no solutions exist, and they know about your product. Level 5 is most aware. Prospects know they have a problem, no solutions exist, know about your product, and know why it's the best product for them. For our keto example, I'd group my target into level 3 awareness. They know they have a problem, which is not being able to continuously lose weight with keto, and they probably know solutions exist in the market for this problem, but aren't yet aware of our product. This is all I do during this stage. Now I know who I'm writing to and what level of awareness they fall into. This is critical information that will allow us to get a lot of the copy decisions we'll have to make later right. So next up is step 3, which is what is the market sophistication level? Targets don't live in isolated homes. They belong to niches, which belong to markets that are characterized with sophistication levels. In short, the higher the level of sophistication, the more competitive it is, which will require stronger, better, tighter marketing in order to cut through. When it comes to the big 3 markets as a whole, wealth, health, and dating, these are very sophisticated markets. Lots of offers and lots of competition. But when it comes to the growing niches inside these markets, these are usually less sophisticated, so there's more room for us to play and strike it big. This is one reason why we start by choosing a big 3 market and narrowing it down to a growing niche and then a specific target inside the growing niche, so we don't have to worry about the massive spikes of competition that exists at the macro level. With that noted, what I do now is group my chosen niche into the correct level of sophistication. Here are the various levels. Level 1 is blue ocean, no competition. This means you can simply lead with your big promise. Level 2 is some competition with similar claims and promises. In this case, you want to tie your proof element to your promise and lead with that. Level 3 is more competition. In this case, you want to add a unique mechanism. Level 4 is advanced competition. In this case, you want to add a problem and solution mechanism. And level 5 is red ocean, when there's just murky waters and so much competition. So when it comes to grouping our keto example, I'd choose level 3. At this point, I know my target, I know how much they know, and I know the overall sophistication level of the niche they belong to. This in return gives me a lot of insight into the type of marketing that will work and what won't work. Now I move on to the next step. Quick side note, notice how we haven't started writing a single word of copy yet. Writing is not the most important part. Doing all this upfront research is where the big money is made. So moving on now to step 4. Step 4 is you want to craft your marketing elements. Based on the information we gathered and based on the research we conducted into our offer, we want to now come up with the following 5 marketing elements. These will form the bedrock to our sales argument. So the first element is the USP. This ultimately means what is unique about your offer. In order to figure this out, study your offer in relation to the competition and ask yourself, what does my offer have that other competitors don't have, which allows it to generate the big promise the target wants? The second element is the big idea. In order to figure this out, you want to ask yourself, what is the central idea that will capture the attention of the chosen target? In order to figure this out, study your niche and find compelling, attention-grabbing ideas that lend well to your offer. Next, we have the big problem. What is the core problem of the target that your offer solves? In order to figure this out, study your chosen avatar and ask yourself, what is their main problem that my offer solves? Then we have the big promise. What is the core benefit your target wants? In order to figure this out, study your offer and ask yourself, what is the main benefit of using this offer? And lastly, we have the proof element. What proof do you have that the offer actually works and delivers on the big promise? In order to figure this out, study your current customers and the results they've generated. If you have no current customers, here's where you can leverage a proof-based guarantee. So for a keto example, here's what I'd come up with. The USP is 72-hour extreme keto diet. The big idea is there's 3 levels of ketosis, level 1, level 2, level 3, and you need to get into level 3 in order to induce optimal ketosis. Yeah. The big problem is the target is experiencing a weight loss stall. The big promise is the opposite of the big problem, which is overcome your weight loss stall and start losing weight on keto again. The proof is all the success stories of people who have used our 72-hour extreme keto diet to get into level 3 ketosis and overcome their weight loss stall and start losing weight again. So that's it. Then we have step 5, which is to decide between direct or indirect copy. How you approach and talk to your best friend is vastly different from how you approach and talk to a complete stranger you've never met. With the former, you go more direct and get right into it, but with the latter, you go more indirect and let things build slowly but surely. The same concept applies with copy. If you're writing to a target with a low level of awareness, aka somebody who doesn't know you, then you want to go indirect with your copy. To go indirect means you don't lead with your product and what you have for sale. Instead, you meet the target where they're at, capture their attention, stimulate their desire, and then transition into the offer, what it delivers, why it's unique, and how it works. On the other hand, if you're writing to a target with a high level of awareness, aka somebody who already knows you and your offer, then you want to go direct with your copy. To go direct means you lead directly with your offer and why they should buy it now. With our keto example, we concluded that our target was in level 3 level of awareness. So with our copy, we're going to go more direct.
Boom.
In other words, we're going to go with something along the following lines. Here's what level of keto you're currently in, level 1 or level 2. This is why you've stopped losing weight. Here's what level you need to be in to induce optimal ketosis, level 3. And here's how you can get there. Then we would introduce the unique offer. Again, we're not writing a single word of copy yet. We're just putting all the chess pieces on the proper squares so we can give ourselves the best chance to win. Now we move on to step 6, which is to write your headline. After you've chosen your target, pinpointed their level of awareness, defined their level of market sophistication, crafted your elements, and decided on direct or indirect, now it's finally time to use all the above intel to actually start writing copy. So the question is, how do we use this intel? We use it by leveraging our chosen elements to craft winning copy in accordance with the target's level of awareness. If, for example, we decided to go direct, then we want to come up with a headline that mentions our offer, results, proof, USP element, and the big promise. If, on the other hand, we decided to go indirect, then we want to come up with a headline that mentions our big idea or the big problem. So based on the above, you want to leverage the most common structures for copywriting headlines and write about 20. Then choose the best one. For our keto example, I'm going to go with the following headline. This is the headline of the sales copy they would see after taking a keto quiz to determine their ketosis levels. Here's the headline. Please take the next 5 minutes to read your ketosis results. It could be the difference between losing 3 pounds a week with keto or living with stubborn fat forever. Moving on, step 7. Step 7 is to write your lead. After the headline, the next most important part is the lead. In a nutshell, there are 6 types of leads. Offer lead, promise lead, problem solution lead, big secret lead, proclamation lead, and story lead. Which you choose depends on your target's awareness level. In a nutshell, the top 3 leads are for higher levels of awareness. The lower 3 are for lower levels of awareness. So for our keto example, I'm going to go with the problem solution lead type. Here's the flow of how this looks like. We finished gathering your keto results. Here are the results. You're not currently in optimal ketosis. Then the rest of the copy would then go into detail of the problem and transition into the solution. Step A is you want to brainstorm and rank all objections in order. Now we have written the headline and the lead. What's next? To create an overall flow for the copy. The question is, how do you do this? You do this by thinking about all the possible objections the target would have to buying your offer. In other words, what questions do they need answered before deciding, yes, I will buy this? You want to brainstorm all those objections now, then rank them in the order they occur. For example, let's say the objections to our keto example are as follows. How much is it? How can I know I'm not in ketosis? What makes ABC product the best choice? What is optimal ketosis? What is ABC product? Am I in ketosis? Why should I buy ABC product to get into optimal ketosis? How does ABC product work? Who has this worked for? How do I get into optimal ketosis? What if it doesn't work? and so on and so forth. I'm just listing out quick and dirty objections here, but for the real thing, I'd brainstorm all the objections. Now, it's obvious that before somebody asks, how much is it, they would first need to know what exactly is ABC product. So the order of the objections would be as follows. Am I in ketosis? How can I know I'm not in ketosis? What is optimal ketosis? How do I get into optimal ketosis? What is ABC product? How does ABC product work? What makes ABC product the best choice? Who has this worked for? Why should I buy ABC product to get into optimal ketosis? How much is it? What if it doesn't work? Get the point? You do this for all potential objections. This creates the structure and the overall flow for our copy. Then we move on to the next step. Step 9. Use your marketing elements from step 4 to answer all the objections. Take each objection and turn it into a selling point by using the marketing elements to address each objection. With our keto example, it'd go as follows. The objection is, how can I know I'm not in ketosis? We would use our big idea to address this objection. There are 3 levels of keto, level 1, level 2, level 3. Only in level 3 are you in optimal fat-burning ketosis. Most people think they're in level 3, but are actually in level 1 or level 2. Here's how you can tell what level you're in, and then we would get into the specifics. For the objection, what makes ABC product the best choice, we would use our USP element and our proof element to address this objection. Maybe we would do it in the following way. Reason ABC product is the best choice for solving the big problem and delivering the big promise is because of X USP. Here's how X USP works, and here's proof it works. Then we would get into the proof element. For the objection, why should I buy ABC product to get into optimal ketosis? We would use the big promise element to address this objection. Maybe along the lines of the following. Here's what you'll experience once you're in optimal ketosis, and then we would get into the specifics of the big promise that the target wants. So are you beginning to see how this works? That's why we brainstorm the elements, come up with the objections, and then use the elements to address the objections. At this point, our copy is really coming together. All we have to do now is the last step. Step 10 is we use a risk reversal and write the close. Once you've answered all objections in the order they occur in, you finish the body part of the copy. Now, all you want to do is leverage a risk reversal to ease all concerns and write the CTA. After the CTA, include a frequently asked questions section that summarizes all the main objections from the copy for the people that like to skim through the copy, and then include a second CTA below it. For our keto example, the FAQs would be something along the following lines. What is ABC product? How does ABC product work? What proof do you have ABC product works? How much is it? What if it doesn't work? And then for the CTA, it would be something along the lines of the following. Get into optimal ketosis in 72 hours with ABC product. See how that works? Now, we'll put it through the editing phase, make it tighter, take out all unnecessary parts, improve the flow and readability, and ensure that all objections are addressed in order. After we do the above, we would then launch, collect market data, and use that data to optimize and scale. As you can tell, it's not a lot about writing, but nailing the research, elements, positioning, structure, objections, and flow. These are the most important parts. So hopefully, this quick and dirty deep dive provided you with the juice and overall process you can follow to start writing winning copy of your own. If you'd like to explore this process in more detail with 2 real-life examples provided, I highly recommend checking out 6 Figure Promotions. We have 2,000 plus clients, and it's considered to be one of the best copywriting courses on Money Twitter. And to make it even sweeter, you can access this course by either paying me or donating the cost to any charity of your choice. That's it for me today. Thanks for listening. Your friend, Tej.